John chapter 13 conclusion. I remember as a kid, or especially living in Siberia, I always used to walk bare feet everywhere. It's like kind of how I grew up, walking bare feet. And I remember they always used to make fun of my feet. They were always so dirty. It's like washing them with soap is not really going to help, because it's not, you need to scratch them out, kind of, because the dirt was so ingrained in the feet. It was a dirty job that I had never had anybody do for me. I always did it myself because it was a dirty job. In this chapter, we see Jesus washing the feet. Okay? So the people didn't go bare feet, but with the sandals they wore, the feet got very dirty, and the sweat, and then there was this dirt. Sure, feet were dirty. And they always had, for that reason, water where people could wash their feet. Here in Asia, and well, not only in Asia, in most European countries as well, you leave your shoes at the door when you enter. Okay, make it a little bit easier, but in their case, they had no shoes to leave at the door before they entered. Even if they left their shoes, their sandals at the door before entering, it would still be very dirty. So for that reason, they had water so that people could wash their feet. Now the idea is you wash your own feet, because even the servants, it seems for them to be below them to wash the feet of, for the slaves even. So yeah, Jesus here, therefore, doing something that was so much looked down on in this chapter, the washing of the feet of his servants. It was totally looked down. It's a practical thing that everyone had to do all the time, not once, all the time. Your feet always dirty. Wash them now, tomorrow they dig again. They're always dirty, right? And in this very practical thing, Jesus showed them now was teaching, trying to teach him a very deeper truth. The truth of, if he is willing to do this for them, how much more are they supposed to be willing to do for others? He is their master, their Lord, like they said, when he said. And then Lord and Master, like he then said again after that. Right? This is who he is. So if he's the messenger, is not greater than the one sending, the servant and the master. So through this that happened in this verse, he was trying to teach this very important lesson to his disciples. Right now, that is the first teaching session during the Last Supper, because there's a number of chapters now on just teaching during the Last Supper. He is putting it out as a foundation for anything else that might or might not happen. And that is that, I mean, the rest will follow. The rest will flow out of what happened in this chapter. All the rest of the teaching flows from what is trying to show them in this chapter. And what is therefore ultimately trying to show? And that is the idea that they need to serve each other, that they need to love each other. Serve not by just washing feet. It's so easy. I've done it a number of times in my life as well. It's so easy to wash other people's feet, especially, I don't mind washing other people's feet, because our feet are not this dirty anymore anyhow. Except maybe man, gee, was there. I remember in the 90s there in Russia, in St. Petersburg, and the boys coming to the flat, and especially in the springtime when the snow was melting, and oh man, there was such a stench. Oh, it was so bad. But and I don't mind so much all these kinds of smells, but that was so bad, really, really, really bad. And yeah, still, I mean, that's not just a difficult thing to wash feet. But this is on a totally different level to go through the service that Jesus would do. And the service is ultimately giving his life. So see the foundation for then his words of this new law that he's giving, that we need to love one another. The foundations for that is not words, it's actions. Actions. He showed it now by washing their feet, and he's going to show it to them in the ultimate way by dying on a cross. That is what true love really is. And Jesus showed us this example. This is what the washing of the feet is. This is what it's pointing towards, not just like, simple, quick washing of feet, of somebody's feet. But it's so much deeper. The focus was not on the feet washing. The focus was on ultimately the serving each other to the end, even with your life. Jesus washed Judas' feet, the one who's going to betray him. Just imagine. Okay, we are so fast to say, no, I'm not willing to die for this or that. I'm not willing to suffer for this or that. Jesus washed Judas' feet, knowing that he's going to betray him. You need to let that sink in. We are always so fast in our rights, our first commandment rights, and our second commandment, and whatever rights. We're so fast in our rights. It's all about us. It's not about us. It's about him. Jesus was willing to wash Judas' feet. And then after Judas left, right, Jesus said that they need to love one another as he loved them ultimately, as he shown them example. What were their reactions to this love that Jesus showed? I already mentioned Judas going to betray him. Peter is going to deny him. From other Gospels, we even saw how the others thought that they all could do it. And Jesus actually said, you're all going to do it. After everything that he's done for us, we can't even forgive others. Because what will it mean to us? Then they will think of less of us, and we can't admit to being wrong. We always need to be right. We don't want to truly serve. We don't want to truly love like Jesus did.